Welcome to IITC channel. Today we are going to see the job safety analysis. Probably you might have heard this name. You may be a student, you may be a safety engineer or safety officer. This job safety analysis is also known as sometimes JHA, job hazard analysis. It is also known as a task risk analysis or task risk assessment. More or less JSA, JHA, TRA, they are same. Maybe some micro level or minor level changes. We are going to see the differences between all these three. There are major 6 to 8 steps for JSA, JHA or TRA. The methodology remains same. So without taking much time, let us go for the presentation. Now we will see the various steps. This is about me. I will not go through line by line. I would request you, if you have some time and you are interested to know, so you may go through as per your convenience. This is about IITC profile. We will not go through line by line. You can go through if you are interested. These are the key competencies of IITC team. This is what and how we give the services to our industries, partners, fellow members. Friends, you can use this 10-minute video or presentation to train your team. If you are safety team, if you have maintenance team, construction team, engineering team, these slides can also be used for a safety moment. Sometimes in some industries, they give the priority, safety comes first before making any presentation, before making any meeting. So safety moments are desired. So you can use this slide as a safety moment. In this session, we are going to see the JSA, the methodology, the differences as I mentioned you in the beginning, the importance of JSA, JSA review frequencies, how many times, what is the frequency of JSA to be reviewed, each JSA a legal document or requirement, important steps of JSA, it varies from 6 steps to 8 steps we will see, and the different uses of the JSA. As we mentioned that JSA, JHA or TRA, more or less these all are the same things other than very minor changes. JSA, job safety analysis, is basically a written a system to review the different steps and stages of the work and their associated hazards in each steps. So basic principle or purpose of job safety analysis to break down all the activities in the various steps, and we need to analyze the hazards associated with each steps. Then we need to find out the corrective action so that we can implement and we can avoid any unforeseen incidents. Now we will see the differences between JSA and JHA and TRA, and you can say AHA. AHA represents as an activity hazard analysis. The principle of each steps remains same. The purpose of all terminology like JSA, JHA, TRA, AHA remains same to identify the basic hazards and control measures to prevent any accident. So you can use JSA, you can use JHA, you can use TRA, or you can use AHA depending on your company philosophy or your company familiarity. Probably you may be using it. I don't say this that you are not familiar, but this is my duty to explain you the basic differences. JHA is a macro, view, as well as JSA is a micro view. So, more or less, these are the same things. These terminologies are used based on the suitability, availability, and efficacy of the organization. JSA is basically a tool to improve the job safety through the various steps involved in the JSA to identify the various potential hazards and the control measures in each steps of the work. The major purpose is to find out the associated hazards and related control measures so that we can be alerted, we can alert, we can inform, we can teach, we can update our team to take precautions while working so that we can avoid any unforeseen incidents. These are the major benefits or major advantages of the JSA. JSA improves the safety standard of the organization because there are many organizations which are safety prone. They analyze each step, each job before execution so that they can identify the hazards associated with each step and definitely control measures before executing the job. It also improves the communication because JSA has to be communicated to the entire team members in toolbox training, in the special training, depending on the company philosophy. This can also be used as a training aid. This can also be used as a training material. It also improves the hazardous condition because in this process we identify the hazard in advance and we take a precautionary measure to remove this hazard so that accident can be prevented. And definitely, JSA is a tool by which we can minimize the risk. And you can use this JSA tool for any unplanned job or planned job so that you can enhance safety culture improvement. We must know the important features of the JSA. JSA is a living documents or dynamic document. This has to be updated on regular basis. It captures the information regarding hazards, regarding risk, and regarding the control measures. Each and every employee involved in the activities must be familiar with the JSA, and the JSA should not be very complex and it should be very easy and simple. As per the American Society of Safety Engineers President Thomas, he says that JSA must be reviewed once in a year minimum, or after any incident or near misses or any inception of new technology or new system. Now question is JSA a legal document? Now I will explain you the importance because JSA has to be signed by the people who are involved or by the supervisor or who is the monitor of this job. So I would say that JSA must be read in complete system so that you should be familiar with all the risk related to the activities, because this JSA can be a legal documents because these documents are used while doing the investigation. It is a contractual dispute and in court cases also. So in that case we can say yes, JSA can be a legal documents, and we have to be very careful, very alert before signing this document. We need to understand all the major hazards or the hazards and related control measures, and we need to implement all the control measures while carrying out the job. Say for example, if something goes wrong during accident, then people will do the investigation. In this investigation, investigator will definitely ask, did you implement all the control measures while carrying out the jobs? I have seen in many organizations, I will not name the organization, people make a JSA, they sign it blindly and they never implement all the control measures. If we are not able to implement all the control measures which has been identified in the JSA, that means it is as good as there is no JSA available. So JSA has to be done very religious way and very seriously. We have to identify all the hazards as per the alarm method, and then we need to identify all the control measures, and the control measures must be smarter or smartest, so that we can implement and we must implement all the control measures which has been identified in JSA. JSA in short terms, it has got 6 important steps. Sometimes people say 8 steps, but these are 6, essential steps we need to follow during the JSA. First and foremost, we need to identify the job which has to be analyzed. After identifying the job, we must break those jobs into successive steps, and then we need to identify the hazard associated within each steps, and then we need to identify the corrective measures or control measures, or you can say effective measures, which has to be implemented so that hazard can be removed. We need to inform all the people involved in the job regarding hazards and the controls against those hazards, and definitely review and update the JSA on regular basis. These are basically minimum 6 steps we need to follow while carrying out the JSA. Importance of completed JSA. There are various uses of JSA, and these are essential, uses or importance of the JSA. JSA is also used to create and update the work procedure, because when we are updating the SOP, standard operating procedure, or safe operating procedure, we must carry out the JSA so that we can update each and every steps of the procedure in correct way. Second thing is, we must ensure that as a leader, as a manager, as a supervisor, as a worker, if we are falling in this category, we must train the people, make familiar to all people involved in that job related to the hazards in each steps, and definitely the control measures to minimize those hazards or remove these hazards. JSA's recommendations can also be or must be told or discussed in the toolbox talk, and to train the team, so that people are familiar, people are alerted, people are aware, so that they can complete the job safely in time and right manner. And JSA must be attached with the work permit system. I have prepared a separate presentation for permit to work, PTW, or work permit system. You can take your own time to understand the permit to work system in 10 minutes. I can give you the link in the following slide, and you can go through at your convenience. So guys, by now we have understood the definition of JSA, JHA, TRA, AHA. We knew the various steps involved in the JSA. We understand the importance of the JSA. We also have gone through the features of JSA. Now the template and format, there are simple template and format, and if you want to download the template and format, I have given the link of the template, simple, short and crispy, in the end of the presentation. You may feel free to download this template, and you can use in your organization. This presentation, as we mentioned, that you can also in safety toolbox, you can also use as a safety moment. You can also use this program to train your people. If you want to know something more, you please put the in the comment section, so that I can come back to you on ASAP basis. There are various courses, certificate courses are available. If you wish to go through that, you can go through the courses at your convenience. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day.